Pamela Hughes. He's Rob Hunter, and I'm Bruce St. James. And these are the stories everyone's talking about this morning. We call it the playlist.
Track 1.
So, how many of those college athletes actually graduate? Well, the overall graduation success rate is 68%. Close to 7 in 10, right? Not too bad. But there are some pretty big gaps when you break it down by race. 81% of white players who are currently playing in any of the bowl games coming up graduate, while only 61% of black players will graduate.
Yeah, when you're looking at universities as a whole, if you were to take everybody who was playing a bowl game this year and you're going to put the top two teams with graduation rates up against one another, you'd have a matchup between Northwestern and Notre Dame, two really good schools.
Riveting game that would be.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly. What, huh? Look, I'd like to just point out that a 2009 study showed that only 53% of actual college kids graduate within 6 years.
Really?
So the college graduation rates for football players might actually be higher than it is for regular students. There is a racial gap that does exist, though, and the regular graduation rate as well. So that's something that needs to be explored.
Track 2.
Welcome to the age of overparenting, guys.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, they found out that college-educated moms spend on average about 9 hours more a week with their kids than our own mothers did.
Hey!
Really?
Yeah, and it's not just the moms, dads too. Dads are spending about 5 hours more a week than their own fathers did. So what are we doing with all this extra time, and is it good for the kids? Well, it seems as though we're just kind of playing chauffeur or carting them back from one extracurricular activity to the other, and it's not always a good thing.
No, it doesn't seem that that's the case. It's not a product of quality or quantity. It's quality, right? It's what you're doing, and isn't part of the study allowing your kids to kind of figure stuff out on their own by leaving them alone a little bit?
I got to tell you, as much time as I enjoyed spending with mom and dad, I learned and grew so much by running around the woods behind our house like my hair was on fire for hours on end, unsupervised as well. And amazing enough, none of it ever killed me.
Track 3.
So Newt Gingrich and Nancy Pelosi are going at it a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Just a little bit of inside politics here, but the bottom line is Newt was investigated back in 1997 for ethics violations.
Right.
Nancy Pelosi was part of the committee that investigated him. She said the other day, "We got some dirt on Newt. Can't wait for him to be the nominee." Newt fired back and said, "I hope she releases that information because then she'll be up on ethics charges." But I think the debate should be, do we really want to vote for a guy that, while Speaker of the House, was investigated for ethics charges?
Which Speaker of the House hasn't been investigated for ethics charges, right?
Dennis Hastert.
Listen, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Newt Gingrich, but the fact that Nancy Pelosi doesn't like him makes me like him more.
Yeah, but Newt is a very, very Washington insider, and if it isn't Nancy Pelosi that's digging the skeletons out of the closet on him, believe me, there's going to be someone else doing the same thing.
Track 4.
Iran claims to be in possession of a U.S. drone now. Now, the United States military is acknowledging that they lost a drone. Oops. We lost a drone. And they say it did happen somewhere over Iran. The drone itself was conducting surveillance missions over Iran, possibly specific to Iran's nuclear technology. It's the same type of drone that was used over bin Laden's compound. The concern is, what might the Iranians figure out because they get a hold of this?
Yeah, we've got technology on it. They say it wasn't armed, it wasn't a weaponry kind of drone.
Right.
But there's a lot of technology on that as far as like how we can fly these things underneath the radar that they can learn a lot from. So it is a little scary.
It's a straight up mini stealth bomber without the bombs.
It is.
I saw a picture of it and I was like, I didn't know we had drones like that.
That's
wow.
It's not like a remote control plane.
No, this thing's bad.
Big.
You know what I'm saying. But if you're surprised that we're spying on Iran, you probably shouldn't be. We probably have drones over 30 countries right now.
Track 5.
All right, we talk about how there is a pill for everything, and at
Thankfully.
least they've now found a pill to cure the
What?
hangover.
Come off of it.
Oh, I mean it. The FDA has actually approved a hangover pill.
Really?
It's ready for market. They're calling it Blowfish.
Blowfish.
It's kind of like an Alka-Seltzer, okay?
Okay, plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
So it's got some caffeine, a little aspirin, and a few other things to settle the stomach.
Really?
Like hair of the dog.
Yeah, right. No, $12 for 6 of
Not
them,
bad.
and they say it's gonna cure your hangover in 15 to 30 minutes.
Really?
Sign me up.
Yeah, note to self. I'm going to pick one of these up Saturday afternoon. I will use it Sunday morning. It'll be a perfect thing to do it. Look, I know how to drink, when to stop. I know that
Really?
stuff. I
I've
can
heard that
usually
from
avoid the
people
hangover.
before, yeah.
I'm usually pretty good at avoiding hangover.
Sometimes.
Where are you tailgating Saturday, Rob? You're already on
I'll
plan
have to
for
figure that out. Still up in the air at this point.
As the one person in the room, I feel pretty confident saying who has never had a hangover. I have no concept of this whatsoever.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're lucky.
Sorry.
Track 6.
Might be missing on the drinking, but not
This
the
is
hangover
true.
part of it.
Yeah,
Exactly. You know, everybody hates paying ATM fees, right?
Yeah.
That
That's
we
kind of
do.
one of the things Americans get most outraged
Ticked
about.
off.
Well, you might have a choice.
What do you
Some
mean?
ATMs might show you an ad instead of making you pay an ATM fee.
Really?
It's been invented by a 25-year-old Brooklynite named Clinton Townsend. He said, look, I'm looking for ads to play about 10 seconds long while you're doing your transaction. It'll avoid you paying the fee. The advertiser pays it for you. Love this idea. Sign me up.
Sign you up. You know,
Sign me
it's
up.
kind of interesting. And we've gotten to the point now where I don't even think we get that much worked up about it. When you go to a movie theater, you're paying for permission, and they run advertisements now before the movie theater, and I don't see anybody getting up and storming out or demanding a refund.
Cell phones
We're just getting
everywhere,
used
yeah.
to it.
Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting, though. What's your time worth? Because it's going to, cost you,
Yeah.
10, 15, 20 seconds. And in essence, they waive the fee. And, I mean, nowadays you can get cash at Walmart or wherever, cash back or go to your regular bank. So, yeah, if I've got to go to someplace else, I'll watch the ad.
There you go. Exactly. It's amazing what we'll do for money.
And it's amazing what people invent. I mean, just 25-year-old kid essentially inventing this.
Good for him.
Man, that's great.
Wow, how come everybody else
I'm like,
invents cool
why
stuff?
Why do I have these cool ideas? I
Just
can invent?
one!
Man.
Just one! That is the playlist. We do it at the bottom of every hour, 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30. Thank you for joining us for this hour's version of the playlist.